Good morning. My name is Stephen Gundry, and I was previously with the University of Bristol, where I was Professor of Environmental Engineering. My research area was water quality in developing countries, and the shot up on the top right there is me doing some field work 10 years ago, hence a bit of a slimmer individual than I am now. When I left the university, I started a business called Brightwater Diagnostics, and that was 2 years ago, and today I want to tell you a little bit about Aquacheck 365, which is a very easy to use and reliable on-site water testing system, and it's a microbiological testing system. But just a little bit first about how safe is your water. Everybody in this room probably draws mains water from their tap at home, and the water companies do a good job of testing that water. If you drink bottled water, the water bottlers do a good job of testing that. But also, I'm sure a lot of you here buy bagged salads from the supermarkets. Bagged salads, raspberries, other soft fruit are very susceptible to contamination from fecally contaminated irrigation water, and that's a big problem for the horticultural industry. If we look further afield, developing countries, you've seen the ads for WaterAid, you've seen the ads for Oxfam, you know the problems of water sources there. Back here in Europe, there are a lot of people who are still drawing water from what we call private supplies. So if you have a house in the country, a farm, you don't get your water from mains, you get it from a private supply. And they are the ones most likely to be contaminated with fecal matter. We heard from Minister Leuthardt this morning about the pig problem in Switzerland. In the sort of weather we've having been recently, the runoff from fields of fecal matter into environmental waters is a serious issue. So, can I tell you a little bit more about Aquacheck 365? It's based on a standard method, an ISO standard method, and you start off with a simple sample container like this. This is a standard one which we buy off the shelf. You collect 100 ml of water. You add to that reagent, you let it dissolve, and then you replace the yellow lid with this diagnostic lid. Now you'll see this diagnostic lid has separate chambers on it. When you turn the container over, the chambers fill, put it back on its right side up, and then you place it in our system unit, which is an incubator and a UV illumination, and it also decontaminates the sample. 18 hours later, you have a look in our system unit, you illuminate the UV, and the characteristic fluorescence from this reagent appears. You count the number of positive chambers, and that will give you an estimate of the underlying contamination. Our principal competitors are contract labs. They're a bit slow, take 2 to 3 days, and there are some other on-site testing systems, but they're either not quantitative or they rely on non-standard methods. So what does all this mean in terms of market potential? Well, we estimate that worldwide we're looking at the potential to install 1 million systems. Now, 1 million systems equates conservatively to about 100 million tests a year. That's the sort of market that we're after. And we split this into 3, as you can see there. The horticulture and environmental waters, we estimate 320,000 systems. The one I haven't mentioned is military and shipping. If you're on board ship, you haven't got any option for testing your water. This would be a good device to use. And lastly, the biggest market of all is probably these private supplies, and in developing countries, the community supplies. So how does that translate into revenue and gross profit predictions? Well, we estimate that if we achieve 10% market penetration by year 10, when we get there, we're looking at a turnover of about 57 million with a gross profit of around 20 million. We expect in year 3 to break even, And at that stage, we will then grow more quickly through year 5 into year 10. We're looking for option 1, 1.2 million of investment, or option 2, to license the IP to an established company. And just to sum up, we've got a UK supplier town established, the lab studies and the field trials have been completed, the patent's pending, and we've made £300,000 of investment so far. Thank you.
Thank you.